Oi oi, and welcome to the Derp channel. We're going to talk about One Piece today again. Uh, I have not. That's good. Wow. Okay. Cool. Uh, right. One Piece, episode 709 to 728, and Dressarosa. Here we go. All right. Well, okay. Um, First one is about mainly about Hakuba and the Princess Man Chariot. And if you guys don't remember who Hakuba is, well, he is Cavendish's alter ego, and basically he's just pure evil. All he wants to do is cut people up, and he only does it when Cavendish is asleep. And I was surprised by this, but he's actually fully aware of Hakuba, and he emerges on the battlefield, and he actually is able to defeat Dellinger and who's the other guy? Peter Popoff. No, Gladius. That's it. You see them defeated on the field of battle, and we're all left in amazement of why this happened. Oh, okay. Well, Dellinger's kind of a badass. He loves to execute people, and yet he was defeated so easily. Cool. Anyways, so he emerges, and ironically, in this section, we see Cavendish and Hakuba. Cavendish trying to control Hakuba. So he does like a 50-50 thing, and he tries to save Robin from uh, uh, I forgot his name already. Gladius, the pop guy, and he was going to explode something, and he was able to use half and half Cavendish and uh, Hakuba to get Robin out of there so she could go help on another level somewhere. So that was cool. Um, oh, doggy. That was cool. The other one was Princess Mancherry. So we get to actually, see what she looks like. We are introduced to her finally. And she has a devil fruit power called the Heal fruit. And her tears can basically she's a sensu being, but in real life. So you get her tears on here and on you, and you're healed. Boom. Uh, cool. We see her, and she's actually being used by Doflamingo to heal his men, and against her will, and she doesn't want to. And at the very end, it's another other than Leo who comes in and saves the day. He saves it by basically using his so power to uh, not knit, but he sews them all together, and he's able to save her. And we find out that she's in love with him, and yeah, so That's the thing. Uh, cool. Next one. Oh, right. Baby Five. Now, Derv knows all about Baby Five and her eagerness to please. Nothing? Okay. Are you in there? Oh, okay. Um, cool. Well, we get Baby Five's backstory, so that's sweet. Baby Five has a really, really awesome backstory, really tragic. She's abandoned by her mom, and now from now on, like every time someone asks for help, she wants to help so she won't get abandoned again. That's pretty much her thing. Um, so much so that even when she is fighting, who's that 13 guy? It's Drillinger's was number 12. The drill guy was number 12, and he's number 13. Crap. Oh, Psy, that's his name. Psy 13. He says, "Oh, why don't you just kill yourself?" And she's like, "Oh, okay. You need my help. I'll kill myself if it helps you." And he's like, "Wait, what are you doing? Don't do that." Anyways, long story short, they're gonna get married. Um, and then Bartholomew, he uses his one of his homages to Luffy, which is his Gumma Gumma pistol, and he calls it his homage Holy Fist. And he uses like the same. It looks pretty much the same way as Luffy punching because he's that big of a weeb. Um, and he also has a quote. What did he say? He says, "Someday I'll be a man who can help you." Talking about Luffy. I'll be able to help you one day, Luffy. I can do it. I swear. I swear it's my life's goal to do this. And he actually does help by helping Robin. Boom. Okay, cool. Next part. Right, Pika Rampage. So this next section is pretty much just about Pika and Zoro. That's it. That's all we're going to talk about here. Um, it's really fun battle that they have. This giant ass stone monster guy versus Zoro, who's eager to use his new techniques that he just learned. He even quotes Mihawk from his first interaction with him. Like he says, "Oh, you're just a frog in a well. Like you don't really know how big the world is." And so Pika, he's all mad because he's losing, and he wants to win. He actually, surprisingly, for a guy that's not very bright, Pika says some very interesting quotes, and a couple of them are, let's see, who is King Rios to you? Uh, Asking Kairos and Rebecca, asking for like he's asking for like a legitimate answer from them, pretty much. He also says, "A country is all about armed might. A guy who can't destroy an enemy of his country is not qualified to be a king." And then he goes on to basically, he's like, "Oh, if I kill King Riku, then nobody will have any hope anymore, and Daffy, his king, can win." And so, seeing this, Zoro gets flinged from one of the combatants in the Colosseum, and he Zoro has 5 plans. Uh, I wrote them down. Some of them are some I don't remember because it was a while ago. But plan one. This is his plan to defeat Pika. Plan one. LDS. What does that mean? I don't remember. If you could, Derv, look that up if possible. That would be awesome. Because there's another one that I don't know what it means. Second one is his plan is to jump on top of him, but that's gonna fail too. So he has a third plan. gonna warn the others. He's gonna run around and tell everyone that Pika's coming, realizing he doesn't have enough time. He's not as fast as Pika. Number 4 is TS Call. Now, do I remember what this is? No. So we're gonna skip to number 5, which is Fly and Chop, which is the ding 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 winner. He plans to fly at his face and chop him into pieces. Because Zoro has actually found out Pika's weakness. I was trying to figure it out myself, but I failed to do so until he like literally said it. And basically, his weakness is if he's in the air, he can't. His body has to move to a particular area so he doesn't get chopped. Um, so he's in this like big, huge, giant form, and as long as he's able to touch some form of rock, he can move his body into that. But if he's in the air getting chopped, he can only move to so many places. So basically, what Zoro does is he chops him up until he's able to hit him, which is really cool. He does have some cool attacks. The first one is three sword style, secret technique, billion fold, world gigacosm. That's fun. And Zoro's quote, Zoro's quote for that was 9 mountains and 8 seas. There's nothing I can't cut. And you're like, damn, what kind of training has he gone through in the past 2 years? I want some of that. There's that. Quotes of victory. Yeah. Basically, he gets cut enough times. Oh, the other one was his black blade, which is a hockey blade. And that's really cool to see. But he's able to defeat Pika, and yeah, it's an interesting fight to watch. Can't really explain it. So that leaves us with Senor Pink and Frankie. Not as big of a fight, but it's more of a manly fight, hard boiled fight, where they're just going toe to toe, just punching each other in the face, see if they can get up. And they kind of do their last moves, their last punches, and we get to see Senor Pink's backstory, how he married this woman, they had a kid, the kid died, and she found out that he was a pirate, and then she got into an accident, and she was in the hospital, and she was like comatose, and there's only one thing that made her smile was when he dressed as a baby, and which is why we see him dressed as a baby. And as he's getting punched, he knows he's gonna get knocked out, but he's crying because he's happy. Um, so there's that. That's fun. All right, next section. Cool. We finally get Luffy versus Doflamingo. Finally. I mean, it only took what, a billion episodes for this to happen. But we finally got it to happen. Finally got it to work. Is it worth it? Yes, absolutely it is. So we're gonna talk about it. This is like part 1 of it because we don't get the whole fight, but we get enough. So Luffy has some new moves, which are really cool. What are they? Oh, I gotta turn the page. That's why I can't see them. All right, so we got Gumma Gumma Hawk Gatling, and Gumma Gumma Spring Bullet. So Spring Bullet was something that Bellamy in their fight, Bellamy was using against Luffy to try to defeat him. What I think Bellamy was trying to do is trying to teach Luffy on purpose this move. And because at one point he says, Luffy, look at my move and look at it closely. And as he's bouncing around, he basically has the spring fruit. So he's just springing and jumping around everywhere. So Luffy copies that in one of his moves. And it actually does some damage to Doflamingo. No, excuse me. And then during this fight, we get Traffy's trick, and how it appears that Law is dead, but he does a shambles uh, at a second when Doflamingo is looking away, and switches body, and it appears he gets shot, but and Luffy thinks he gets shot, but he doesn't, and he switches back, and they're able to do some damage on Doflamingo. He does his thing called a gamma knife, which is an attack that does internal damage, and it's something that you can't really uh, combat, especially with a surprise attack. Um, Unfortunately, we also learned that Doflamingo has a string technique to do first aid on himself to keep his organs intact, because this attack is basically on the organ himself. So that's fun. And the next thing is we see what Treble's role is in this pirate group, and we learn that there's like a bunch of flashbacks and stuff. Yay, more flashbacks! And uh, Treble influenced Doflamingo. He recognized that this kid had conqueror's hockey. He also gave him the string fruit, and he basically provided Doflamingo with a family, pretty much. So this is his family now, and he was like, hey, kill your you want to get back at your dad, kill your dad. And he's the source behind um, Doflamingo's continuance of evil and doing things evil like. Um, he has a couple quotes here. One was, there's two of them. His birth nurtured madness in him. His fate fed him anger, changed into perfect demon, the ultimate evil, the true king chosen by heaven. And the second one was Daffy's madness will destroy everything, and that's what he wants. So, because he's evil too, and you're wondering why the whole time he's laughing and going, and you're like, oh, why would he? Why would someone do something like that? But that's what he does because he's kind of an ass. So, there's that. Uh, and had some quotes, and oh, he was also defeated with fire. He was like cut with Law's fire sword. I think I kind of don't remember if it was Luffy's fire or his fire, but he was cut with fire. That's all we need to know. So he's defeated. Cool. Let's see. And oh, right. Talked about Bellamy already. Time new move, and um, Bellamy also mentioned like why he was attacking Luffy still was out of pride, um, because he doesn't want to be told what to do. He's just like, I was told to attack you, so that's what I'm gonna do. And blah blah blah. Can't tell me what to do. Anyways, um, all the meanwhile, the birdcage begins to shrink, um, uh, slowly, but it's still shrinking, and nobody can get out. And this is a terrible way to like die and stuff. Anyways, the next part, and which is the best part, we are introduced to Luffy's fourth gear. So the first part of their fight, Luffy and Doflamingo, is kind of boring, mainly because of the fact that they were hitting each other, yeah, and he was using new moves, but it was just like it didn't feel like he was doing any damage to Doflamingo. That is until he gets to fourth gear, and it's basically he starts bouncing everywhere, and it's a combination of second gear, which is he increases blood flow uh, to areas of his body, and he um, he increases the size of his limbs and stuff like that. And those Well, those combined plus hockey equals fourth gear. Luffy's actually able to like hover using his like feet can go in and out of themselves. I know it doesn't make any sense, but think of like Stretch Armstrong when you put your finger in one of his legs and it just goes in on itself, and then you can pull it out and then it slowly comes out. Um, if you do that really fast, you can generate pressure, and it's kind of cool because Doflamingo in real time is analyzing Luffy's moves and to give the audience a sense of, oh, this is what's happening. Okay, that's cool. Um, so there's that, and and he has a bunch of new moves. So we're gonna go over some of them right now, really quick. Fourth gear is this form is called Muscle Balloon. Fourth gear, Bounce Man. Boom, cool. He also has Gumu Gumu Kong Gun, Gumu Gumu Rhino Howitzer, and Gumu Gumu Culverin. He also has a Gumu Gumu Leo Bazooka. So all these like different moves are from the time he was on that island with Raleigh or Rayleigh or however you say his name. Doesn't matter. All right, we're almost done here, guys. So next one is about the King Riku's speech. He gives everybody uh, on the island some motivation, saying, "Hey, only Doflamingo's left. We came this far. We can't give up now. We have to survive to our all our fallen companions. We have to survive for them." It basically gives the entire nation motivation and hope, which is good. And the last thing is Luffy runs out of energy when he's about to do one last blow on Doflamingo. And so, yeah, and to make matters worse, Doflamingo gets up and Jesus Burgess approaches, uh, gets closer and closer to Luffy. So that's where we leave off. That's cool. Only thing I liked about this section was probably fourth gear. Um, and seeing Baby Five and Senior Pink's backstories, those are cool. So, how long was that? Okay. All right. Fun. That's it. Cool. Yep. Thanks, all 8 people who are watching. I'm just kidding. It's divide that by 8. Yeah, I'm listening. I don't have